Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm continuing to work on requests that I'm behind on as far as the sponsored requests. This one is also from our buddy Hinshaw. Thank you so much, my friend, and I apologize for it being late. This is the breakdown video for Flower from XIA. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I know I can't be that far off, but also I apologize for the scratchiness in my throat, and if I sound congested, because I'm still sick from Christmas Eve. But anyway, if you want to see the reaction, of course, that video is posted separately. This will be just the breakdown where I do my best to talk about my interpretation of lyrics and things I see in the video. Fair warning, I'm actually recording this intro after I've recorded the breakdown video, and yeah, this one, there's a lot to this one, and I'm sure I missed a bunch, so definitely let me know in the comments your interpretation and things I might have missed, things you agree with, or if I said something that you haven't considered before, let me know. But let's get started. In the reaction, I said this was similar to like imagery from like the movie 300, but it's more like Mount Olympus. Got this, again, like this music box sounding music as we open the door. Hear those beautiful strings going, setting the undertone here.
Take my hand. You know I'm here with you. Say my name. 'Cause lies can't kill the truth. 다 들어가고 있어. 거짓 안에 숨겨왔던 진실들을 숨을 죽이고 있어. 작은 입술 위에 깨진 많은 꿈들. Nobody can help me. 썩어버린 기억 저편 위에 나를 꺼내줘. Come take my hand.
Okay, so before we get into this chorus, we're going to talk about the video and the lyrics here. So the first part is take my hand, you know I'm here with you, say my name, because lies can't kill the truth. And we see him sitting on a throne. And I think this may represent when he was part of TVXQ, ruling the kpop landscape, if you will, considered gods amongst the rest. Let me talk about the video, and then we'll come back to the lyrics. So we see him again sitting on this throne. The doors to his it's not a castle, but because actually, if you look at it right here, it's almost as if it's incomplete and crumbling. It's like the ruins of a castle, or not even a castle, like a palace, which I think is also important imagery here, because if my initial impression of what that throne is supposed to mean is correct, then it means, or could mean, that yes, he's sitting on the throne still in this palace, but it's crumbling around him. It's falling into ruins. And we get images, we've got all this gold. We see the eagle, which can represent, depending on your culture, it can represent freedom, America, or it can represent bravery. But also, we actually have the golden lion, which also would represent bravery and a lot of times loyalty. So the doors are opening, and these three uh, we'll call them tribal people, because I was gonna call them barbarians, but they don't necessarily seem barbaric, but whatever. Okay, so we see them coming in, basically as if they were appearing for an audience before the king, and we get an image here of Shia with his his silver nails, and I believe he. I was trying to see what color his eyes are here because we see his eyes a lot. Uh, we'll see if it comes up later. Anyway, so they're walking in, and we're getting images of them. Uh, and they come in and they throw this robot's head at his feet as if like we've done what you asked, and he's sitting on his throne essentially unbothered, right? Like they're whatever he's asked them to do, they've done it, and perhaps they wanted a reward or whatever, and he's like, yeah, cool story, bro. Like, you just did what I told you. I didn't say I was going to pay you. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but yeah, so they throw it at his feet, and we do see the close up on his eyes, but it's from another angle. So again, he's sitting here, and now he's going to get up as if they're challenging him. Like he feels compelled to respond. Uh, and you notice he's surrounded by all this, this thing, these things that represent wealth. Like he's got the gold throne, he's got the silver fingernails, he's got statues behind him, he's got servants surrounding him, and obviously some of them are designed to look like they are wealthy as well. Uh, I think his eyes are brown, or maybe they're gold. Oh, wait, here we go. So it looks like they're brown here. I don't know what color this is supposed to be, but this guy is clearly upset. Uh, so now he's responding. He's getting off his throne. He's coming down. I just noticed the pistols on the throne. Terminator head down there. It's really freaking weird. I'm also trying to see. I think we've gone too far from where we were on the lyrics. So, yeah, okay. There's our initial scenery. Uh, After the line of "'cause lies can't kill the truth," they are burning the truths hidden in lies. They hold their breaths, the broken dreams on small lips. So I mentioned at the end of the reaction video, I don't know his story well enough to speak on what this song might mean to him, but I think I remember a little bit. So obviously I'm going to have some details wrong. I'm not going to get hyper specific, but if you want to, let me know in the comments things that I'm missing, feel free to drop that in. But it feels like he might be talking about SM here. Um, so they're burning the truths hidden in lies. In the video, it's like we're seeing, um, so, excuse me. As he's sitting in the palace, you notice everything else. I mentioned the palace itself was like crumbling into ruins, but everything else looked dead and bleak outside. Like almost like an apocalyptic wasteland. We see the dead mountainscape. There's nothing there pretty much, except his seat of rule. And so it's almost as if the truth is out there, and he's being blinded to it while he's on his throne. Uh, if it does represent SM, then this whole part about the truths hidden in lies could be things that he was lied to about, and the reality of his situation was being hidden from him while he was, king of the world as part of TVXQ. Uh, The next part, nobody can help me. The rotten memories, please take me out of them. Um, yeah. So, like, just looking at the where he's been and the maybe the corruption. I don't necessarily think it's things that he's done, but maybe it is. But regardless of whether it's things that have happened to him or things that he has done himself, he wants to be removed from that, kind of start over, maybe. Uh, but again, we've got this close up on the silver nails. Like, it's like he's surrounded in, again, wealth. Or maybe we're going to see later on, like, he's kind of at like a banquet, and so you could almost call it opulence to an extent. Hit him with the little thriller, just like, okay, so a couple of things here is, you notice how excuse me, I'm still sick from Christmas Eve, but you notice how when the chorus started, they all popped up. And I mentioned at the beginning where it sounded like almost like a music box in terms of the music there as they open the door. It seems like that, it was almost like winding up the music box and they danced to it. And then after it ended, you heard it go like this mechanical ending, like drop off of that. And then they all kind of fade like puppets. And actually, they're dangling there like they're marionettes. Uh, so the chorus here is come take my hand, drench my dried heart. So I think he's talking to fans here. Come take my hand till the end so that I can live for you again. Please take my. So yeah, like I said, I think he's talking to fans here, like, and the dried heart meaning, I've gone through things that have maybe shrunk my heart, shriveled it, made me cold inside. But when he says drench it, like, give it life again, pour that water of life, that blessing into my soul, so that my heart can beat again. And if my heart is beating, I can live again. And if I'm living for you. So, he still wants to do what gives him joy, but it seems like lyrically, we don't want to do that for the people we were, which again, not knowing his story completely, I think that could be the case and could represent, his departure from SM. Interestingly enough, though, we're going to see this little girl. And there's a couple of things. First off, she's adorable. And when I saw when I did the reaction, I just thought she was super cute. Like, what the hell? Like, who is she? We never got that answer. So now here in the breakdown, I have to extrapolate. I have to guess at what it means. So I'll tell you what I think, and then I'll tell you something I saw just before I started the breakdown as I was pulling up a lyric page. So with this shot right here, she has two different color eyes. And later on, we're going to see her laughing at him. And so in my head, I'm thinking this little girl could represent not being able to take things at face value. You know, maybe something that seems too good to be true is. I don't know if that's accurate, but the interesting interpretation I saw about her as I was pulling up these lyrics is I saw a comment saying that she could represent SM themselves. You know, this almost innocent seeming entity, and then later on, like laughing at his attempt to escape, uh, all of that kind of stuff. So I think, based on what I'm seeing so far in this video and the lyrics and my limited understanding of his story, I think that's a viable explanation. I don't know if it's accurate, but I think it's viable. Uh, if you guys actually know, like if this was ever explained, because this video is obviously quite old, let me know. But let's keep going. All right, so we're melting down the robot head. Then the woman, right as he does the, it's like a sigh of almost like pleasure, right? Maybe she's, you know, actually had physical pleasure, or maybe this is uh, like being high. I don't know. So we're distilling this melted robot head into this liquid gold. And you see here he's got gold eyes and he's sipping the gold. And so I think we really are like consuming the opulence, and we're part of it at this point in the video. Um, the only reason I mention his eyes being gold is because I'm almost positive there's a part later where they're not, but I might have misremembered that. Looks like love is pain. Also interesting as far as this part goes, where he's sitting here just kind of like just looking at the camera. You'll notice that I don't think he moves at all, except I think it's his right eye shows a little bit of emotion. Like there's a little bit of himself still there behind the wall of this manufactured or, opulence ensconced person. Looks like love is pain. Yeah, see, little expression from the right eye, and that was it. So that part where he gets it on his lip and then he licks it off, you could take it one of two ways. You could either take it as, again, consuming it, enjoying the taste, being lured by it. Think of like when you drink, let's say, hot cocoa or something. You get the whipped cream on your lip and you lick it off, right? You enjoy that. But you could also take it as like this sense of disgust. I think it lines up more adequately with that first version, though. Alright, so now he's emoting and he's wanting, like he's opening up. Okay, so now we've got like the really dark skin, almost like zombies, deformed people out here. So where are we in the lyrics? The cruelly stepped on flower, looks like love is pain, like broken wings, the countless scars that imprison me like penetrating sad thorns. So he's comparing himself to this flower, and a flower can be obviously beautiful when it blooms, but it needs, we talked about the water earlier, like drench my dried heart. It needs light. Here you see there it's dark, right? So he's a trampled flower. He's not able to bloom in this setting. Um, let's see, countless scars that imprison me. So all those hardships that he's endured are things that are he feels like are holding him back. Um, and then again, like penetrating sad thorns. So like a rose with thorns. We think of the rose as the flower of love. We had the looks like love is pain, thorns bringing pain. Like all of those things are tying in together, reinforcing the imagery here. So really cool there. We're going to get that same chorus, the come take my hand, drench my dried heart, come take my hand till the end so that I can live again for you, please take my hand. So we're going to pay attention to the video in this part of the chorus. So here he's doing the thing, right? He's dancing, he's singing, he's doing what gives him passion, but he's doing it in like this dried up wasteland. So what I don't know is this supposed to be a different person? Or is this some sort of time skip? Or is it a time lapse from like before he became the god that he was? I think this is after the palace has crumbled, essentially. I think this is him out in the wilds. But I could be wrong. And because I think it is him out there, by default, that means I don't think this is supposed to represent someone else. So he doesn't have those same gold eyes anymore. Not in this shot, anyway. Alright, so now we've got this is what I was referring to when he's like at a banquet, essentially, and he's being served this meal. His gold eyes are back in that shot.
Take my hand. 이 잘난 세상엔 실수조차 큰 죄가 되도록.
Okay, so a couple of things here. First off, this line is really important. We'll talk about the whole lyrics, but you've become the world's hot topic, then you turn into ash. So becoming the world's hot topic, like he's risen to fame, he's risen to stardom, he's become what's popular, what's talked about. Then he turns into ash, meaning it's first off, it's also a play on hot, meaning fire has burned it away. Turning into ash is like you've faded away, you've died. Like your name is nothing but dust after that. Video wise, though, we have this really elegant looking meal. We got some form of puree here with some tomatoes and some broccoli and a fish. And then you look closer and you see that this fish is absolutely disgusting. And I think maybe this is symbolizing that the opulence that we're seeing can often hide ugliness, which would be a really powerful metaphor. But if I'm wrong, I don't know. But if I'm correct, then yeah. Although I don't want to see this ugly ass fish anymore.
Your life, your soul, your world, they cannot kill it.
Alright, so now again we're surrounded, ensconced in gold, and the powerful lion. Wait, what did that line say? Oh, okay. Okay, couple of things, and this is actually a pretty good spot to pause. You saw the little girl again, and she's watching him almost from her own throne. Like it's an elevated chair. I don't know where she's sitting, but he's on all fours, puking up this. I have to imagine this blue goop is the meal that he was just served. So I think he's expelling, like getting out the opulence, that ugliness that has been inside of him, or that he's been surrounded by. But the verse, which in contrast to how amazing the vocals have been, he hits us with this really cool rap too. So it's all right, take my hand. In this arrogant world, mistakes are being turned into big crimes. So I remember somebody when I reacted to, was it Obsession? I don't remember if that was the name of the song, but I reacted to one other song from him on this channel. And, excuse me, uh, I remember somebody telling me that he had some issues, but I don't remember what they were, so I can't speak to how big they were. But when he's saying in this arrogant world, mistakes are being turned into big crimes, it's like people are hyper focused on all of your tiny imperfections and are, when he says it's an arrogant world, it's like the people think they're so much better than you. Like they've never made a mistake in their life, but they can pick your mistakes apart and turn them into massive issues. We're seeing that right now. I know this isn't related, but as a perfect example, we're seeing this right now with Jungkook from BTS and Winter from aespa. Winter's getting so much hate for rumors we don't even know if they're true, that the two are dating, and it's like these fans think that they're so much better, and they think that she should be this perfect idol who never dates, obviously, especially doesn't date their guy, and they've been calling for her to be kicked out of the group and for her to step down, for her to cover up her tattoo, all sorts of stuff. And first off, mind you, if you're one of those people, you're trash. Like, there's no other way around it. You're just an awful person, and you need to get over it. End your parasocial, uh, you know, toxicity, and move on with your life. But back to how that pertains to this is we frequently see idols being held to a higher standard than people would hold themselves to, partly because they are idols. They're supposed to represent the best of us, but also because a lot of fans are toxic and have this parasocial relationship with them. And so they think, like, oh, like, you can't date him, I should be dating him. Like, no, you don't have a chance. I promise you. You do not have a chance. I don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. That's it. Um, Anyway, so don't cry. You've become the world's hot topic. Then you turn into ash, and then they take away each piece of you. Um, so they take away, the things that built you up, the fame, the glory, all that. But your life, your soul, your world, they cannot kill it. So he's naming things that even after you strip away everything else, even if they take away everything else from you, they can't take away these things. Look at me. I died, but open my eyes again. I killed it. So, like, I was reborn like a phoenix, essentially. And I think we're seeing that similar here, although I think we're about to see it a little bit better in the next scene because I didn't interpret the scene as I saw it in the reaction, but I remember what comes next. We're going to see him kind of like burning up, and I think it's going to be symbolizing like that this was poison, and that he's gotten it out, or maybe that he's burned up from the inside, again, being reborn. Um, but the darkness swallowed me, but now I'm swallowing you, piercing through the storm of snow. The flower with deep roots blooms. So again, we've already known that he's compared himself to the flower, and we talked about being a crumpled or a trampled flower earlier. But the flower can bloom best if it has deep roots. So if he's confident in himself and what makes him him, instead of being shallow and following trends and allowing himself to be swept up like this, if he has deeper roots and deeper convictions, he can be a better version of himself and bloom again. This is the truth. When everything seems over, there wasn't one door in this world that attacked you. Everyone experiences this. I tell you it's okay. Even if it's a small light, the darkness can't swallow it. So no matter how hard things are, as long as you have a little hope, even the worst darkness can't take away your hope, your joy. your spark. So I think I've paused a little too early in terms of where we are that I just covered on lyrics. See, now she's laughing at him as he's like vomiting. So now he's burning up. Love that note. Just this epic anthemic note. And you notice in this shot, where was it? He's got the brown eyes again right here, where the silver nails are. That pose is supposed to mean something. Now we got this ugly ass, I don't know what the hell it is. A horse? I don't know. But you see, now he's got brown eyes again, but he's clad in armor. Almost as if he is protecting himself, but also using what used him in the past. Like, you notice, it's gold, it's silver, it's shiny. You know, it still looks wealthy, but now it's protecting him as opposed to consuming him. I don't know how close my interpretation is, and I'm sure I've missed quite a bit, but definitely let me know what you guys thought in the comments. That last part there, though, the final chorus was, I just want to read it because I don't know if anything changed. Come take my hand, drench my dried heart, come take my hand till the end so that I can live for you again. Okay, so nothing changed. Sometimes we see the final chorus change a little bit, but yeah, really, really cool song. Alright guys, that was Flower from XIA. I'm not sure if that's, again, how to pronounce his name, but I can't be that far off. Hinshaw, excuse me, thank you so much for the request, my friend. Again, apologize for it being so late. If you are interested in getting a request done, there are two ways to do that. You can subscribe to the Patreon, and shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys for your support. Paid subs over there get access to things that I can't put here on the channel, and they get guaranteed prioritized requests every month. The other way to get a request done is if you're not feeling Patreon, there's a PayPal link in the description below and instructions on how to use it, so feel free to check those out. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell to enable your notifications. It all helps the channel, and it would make me happy if that matters to you. But I will see you guys for the next one. Take care, everybody.